Hi, it's Saurabh. Welcome to my channel. This one is going to be a special one because I was not looking forward to making this video. However, I was asked multiple times on my different social media handles to share my experience, and here I am updating you on why I got rid of my MG4 in 4 months and 12 days, and after just covering 5,200 miles. So stay tuned and let me update you. I bought my MG4 back in October 2022. The date was 28th of October. Went to pick the car up. So far the service was good. Nothing special, but it was good. Went to pick the car up. Drove 2 hours and 30 minutes to pick it up. Left the house at 6 o'clock in the morning because I wanted to pick the car up as early as possible. Reached there, 2 massive dents on the car. I kept calm. I thought that these things can happen, so I literally just gave dealer another opportunity, and I told them let's just fix that and I'll be on my way back home. And surprise, surprise, the guy who used to fix the dent was on holiday. Long story short, went back on 2nd of November to pick the car up. The dents were taken out. However, the car was full of scratches. The plastic trims inside, outside, it just wasn't good. I just decided to take the car and matter in my own hands, and I thought that I'll fix it myself. 2 months were absolutely amazing with the car, no problems whatsoever. However, after 2 months, I realized my driveway was showing some signs of oil. Went to my local dealer a couple of times. They said it's bone dry, nothing to worry about, there's no leak. Third time I was called in because there was the deadlock patching, which was supposed to happen on the car. Went in, they sorted it out, and right at that minute I said, I've still got the pre-production Android Auto software on my infotainment system. Can you fix that? It was a straight no. They said, well, there's nothing wrong with it and MG is not going to approve it, so off you go. That was the time I realized that I'm in a big trouble if my car does develop some issue. I still kept calm, went back, and after a week or so, I started seeing a lot of oil on my driveway. So far, just to give you a quick recap, 3 times I was told it was absolutely bone dry, nothing wrong with it. Went back the 4th time. Why? Because 1, my car had developed a very bad rattle coming from the dashboard. Yes, it wasn't down to the air vents. I had fixed 2 rattles myself, but this one was very annoying. It was more of a loud buzzing than anything else. Went back, they booked the car in, and while they were booking the car in, they said that, hang on, Saurabh, you've got another recall on your car, which we'd like to fix it whilst you're here. And the recall was about deadlocking. And I told them, I said, hang on, a month before I was called in and it was already patched. So they said, oh, actually, we didn't do it. The technician had forgotten about it. That just started ringing all the alarm bells that I was given this car. I had given this car to my wife to drive my little one around to his school, to his after school clubs, whatnot, and that was her go-to car. And I was relying on that car thinking that, she's in safe hands and nothing will happen. But knowing that the patch wasn't fixed at all, and that was the breaking point for me. Still, I kept calm and I said that, okay, let's just fix it. And whilst the car is there, I want the software to be fixed, and you sort it out. And they did update the software to the latest version, but that broke 4 more things. One was the outside temperature, minor thing, but the response I got in return was ridiculous. I asked them, I said the software update has made the software the whole experience very glitchy. And on top of that, the external temperature gauge has been disappeared. And I was told, it's not even accurate. So why do you want it? Why don't you use your phone? And I started to believe that, yeah, the car has got 7 years warranty, but the support I'm getting is horrible. And going back to the oil leak, during that appointment, they had acknowledged that there is a major leak in the differential. So what we're going to do is, what we have done is rather that we've filled the car up again. The oil is at its brim now, but that's it. We cannot do anything else. And I was told, I told them that how about putting another pipe in, or the external extended pipe or hose or whatnot, whatever I'd heard of on the forums. And they said that no, MG isn't sure, so we'll keep on topping up. Hopefully it would not corrode the parts or anything of that sort. And when I said that, hang on, my driveway is getting patchy, what do I do with it? I spent a fortune on my new driveway. And I was told that it's easy to clean. You can just get a car wash and just jet wash it out, and not a big deal. I'd started to feel that the way I was being treated was ridiculous. Yes, it's a very cheap car, but the way I was treated was horrible. I called AA because I was not very comfortable, just wanted to know that, can I take it to the different dealer? Because at that point I had a rattle, I had a software which kept crashing. I had 3 episodes where the car just stopped. There was no one in front of me, but the car thought that, there was someone, and the car needed to stop, literally. Emergency brake, that's about it. Luckily, 3 times, that happened. No one was around, but that could have been a close call. And after the software update as well, that my car had started to reject a few rapid charges. So I wasn't very happy. So I called AA because I wanted to get the oil leak tested, the software repatched, or probably have it downgraded to the previous version where things are at least working. And the rattle, yes, the rattle, I was told there's nothing broken, and we can take the car in, but it's going to be 6 weeks wait before MG comes back to these kind of things. So rattle, they do not even approve, they acknowledge. They said that, well, nothing is broken, the part isn't broken, so we're not going to do anything. So we're not going to entertain that fact. So again, I was turned down. So yes, AA was called in. AA called 3 dealers, and all of them said that take the car back where you bought it from, because for oil leaks, we're not entertaining any customers at this point, and there is no fix from the MG. So take the car back to the dealer where you bought it from. I called the dealer without taking the name. One, it is very difficult to get hold of anyone there. Spoke to the call center. They said the earliest, I'm talking about, I called them mid-February. They said that, 1st of July, we can book you in for the oil leak and other facts, because we've only got one engineer for MG, and I'm talking about a big brand. It is not like a petrol station garage. It's a big chain. They have, I think, 28 dealerships across the UK, and they said that we haven't got technicians, and MG is not coming back quick enough to have the problem fixed. I put the phone down. I put the car on Auto Trader there and then, because I did not have courage, 1, to give that car to my wife to drive, my little one. 2nd, I was not comfortable driving that car myself, and I knew that the car is only 4 months and 12 days, 10 days at that time old, and no one was ready to see the car even for 3 months. And considering the fact, the rattle and the oil leak and the softwares, they were not even looking into them as any kind of fault. They said, well, this is part and parcel of this car. This is a cheaply built car. You are going to get rattles. But I know that, when I picked the car up, it was absolutely quiet. I've had people I know on Facebook and other places where there were no rattles. So my point there was, if you're not having any problems with the car itself is spectacular for the price you pay. And have you realized everyone keeps saying this is an amazing car for the price you pay? So I bought a car for £25,000. Yes, it was a lot of car for that money, but I think only for first 2.5 months. After that, I started to realize there's nothing I can do with it. And once the car, I'm gonna go on again, the seats had started to disintegrate as well, and it just wasn't the same car. The suspension had some knocking sound as well, which again, didn't want to get into that. But the idea of this video was to tell you what problems I had and why I decided to get rid of that car. How much I lost in selling that car is a different story altogether. But I was getting stressed at one point because there was no one who was going to look after me at that point. The dealer I bought it from had nothing to do with it. My local dealer I took the car to, they were so casual about it. They were giving me alternatives that, why don't you check your phone for external temperature? If one rapid charger doesn't connect, why don't you charge another one? Why don't you charge another one? And if it doesn't work, you've still got AA, they'll come and recover you. So these were the kind of things I was being told. And in 2022, 23, last thing I want is I buy a very high-tech car as per them, and with zero support whatsoever. Good luck to everyone whosoever has got that car. If you're thinking of buying that car, market has changed since 2022. You can buy other cars for similar price or a little bit more, but you get enough support around it. The resale of this car has been hit as well, like any other MG or any other electric car. So be warned if you're thinking of buying this car. And what got me thinking was that if you go on different forums, you're seeing 2 months, 3 months, 4 months old cars being sold, private sellers selling, but no one wants to buy it. Even with me, when I put the car up on Auto Trader, I was there on Auto Trader, very, very reasonably priced. I think that at that point, that was the cheapest car in the whole of UK. And the car was live for 18 days. I got a grand total of 0 calls, no inquiry whatsoever. The car was live. I was seeing views were getting accumulated, but no response, no calls, no message, no emails. I had to part exchange, lost a lot of money, but I'm very happy that I got rid of that car. Just wanted to share it with you. This is only my experience. So in no way, shape or form, I'm here to discourage anyone. I'm not telling anyone what to do, what not to do with their cars. This is only and only my experience and how I was treated. I don't think I'll ever be buying MG, probably ever again. I don't see myself going through that route. No dealership, no service network, nothing whatsoever. And even if the car goes in, the parts are on crazy back order. Right, I think my rant is over, but yes, instead I bought 2 more cars. So MG's gone, and my BMW X3, the diesel tank, has gone as well. I've got 2 cars. Probably you can see in the background the mini version of that car. You guessed it right. Not going to say the name, but it's going to be a different video altogether. But this was only and only for MG. The whole idea of making this video was just to get it out of my system, and people were very curious to know what made me get rid of that car. I loved that car. The car was really, really good for 2 months only. After that, the honeymoon period was over and the car had started to show its real color. But apart from that, had a good run with it. 5,600 miles, 4 months, 4 months and 4.5 months, let's call it that. And the car is gone. Thank you so much for watching. Any questions, fire it out, and I'll try and respond as quickly as I can. As always, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm going to see you with the next one very soon. Thank you. Cheers. Bye-bye.